Yes, there is a mugshot that I will be showing you in a little bit. But before you skip to that part of the video, I need you to listen to the story and I need you to hear the context of how I was arrested before you make a judgment. It all started last night at 12:30 a.m. The night was stormy and dark. And I was just exiting my friend's house from an incredible feast full of turkey, stuffing, and vegetables. I ate a lot of vegetables. I am healthy. But anyway, I was stuffed, so I decided, you know what? I'm going to leave the party. And as I opened the door, I immediately heard the sound of rain slapping against the asphalt road and banging on the roof of the house. And so I ran to my car because I didn't want to get wet. And as I was opening my car door, this incredible sinking feeling took over my stomach. And I had this strange thought that something was going to go wrong. And well, that strange thought was correct, because little did I know that car ride was going to change my life forever. So I hop in the car and it's about a 25-minute drive home. So I'm on the freeway by myself, driving along. The rain is coming down, okay? And just for a little background, I am in a car that is not mine. It is my father's car because my car got a flat tire. And my dad's car has extremely tinted windows. So I'm going to paint you a picture, okay? I'm driving down the freeway. Rain clapping against the windows of my car. I cannot see shit driving down this freeway. Everything's dark. The windows are tinted. And I got Queen playing on my radio. I'm singing along. I'm yelling. And then all of a sudden, everything stops because XXX Tentacion starts playing on my radio. And I suddenly get this overwhelming feeling of dread and sadness. And I begin to go in this daze of driving. It's known as driving hypnosis, where you're on the road and you start to forget all thoughts and everything in your head begins to just melt together into a soup. And as the song concluded, the rain falling on the windows, the song ends, and then, like fate, Juice WRLD comes on. It's a song called Lucid Dreams. And, well, as I was listening to that song, tears began to come out of my eyes. So, at this point in the night, my eyes are all blurry. My window, tons of rain on it, tinted windows. And I'm thinking about this girl that I really liked. And I'm thinking about how I could have had her. And, well, unfortunately, while I'm driving, I start to drift out of my lane a little bit. I'm sad to admit I was not focusing on the road. I was thinking about her, and I was thinking about Juice WRLD, and everything was just happening so fast. And next thing I know, I'm 6 lanes over. Now, luckily, there were no other cars on the freeway except for one. It was a highway patrol car, and he was right behind me. And as I was drifting on the highway, the lights behind me began to flash. Blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. Kinda like this. And I turn around and I realize there's a highway patrolman following me with his sirens on. And, well, I pull over to the side of the highway. And the patrol officer gets out of his vehicle and he comes over to me, comes over to the window with his flashlight. I roll down the window and he goes, "Sir, have you had anything to drink tonight?" And I look up at him with a tear in my eye and I say, "No, sir." And then he says, "License and registration, please." And so the cop, I give him my license, but unfortunately, I'm in a Tesla, so I can't figure out how to open my glove box. I'm literally sitting there for 120 seconds trying to figure out how to open the goddamn glove box. It's not easy, goddammit, they make it so hard. You gotta click like 10 buttons on the goddamn Tesla iPad to open the fucking glove box. So at this point, the cop thinks that I am either A, mentally challenged, or B, very, very drunk. So the cop, after I get the registration out of the glove box, the cop, he takes it and he goes back into his car. And that, my friends, is where I took this photo that you saw on the thumbnail. And you can actually see the redness in my eyes. Like, I'm telling you, this is a true story, okay? You could see the redness in my eyes. The cop is behind me. This was last night. And he was in his car for about 5 minutes. And then he comes back. I hear the car door of the police car snap open and then snap shut. You can hear his boots clanking against the highway. He walks up to me with his flashlight again. Just like this. And he says, "Sir, I'm going to need you to step out of the vehicle." I gulped incredibly loudly. And I opened the door. The middle of the freeway, raining, freezing cold. I get out of the car and he says, he looks me in the eyes and he says, "Are you sure you haven't had anything to drink tonight?" And I said, 100% officer, I am safe to drive. I have not been drinking, which was true, right? I was not. I was perfectly able to drive. I was not drunk. Okay? So the officer then walks me over to in front of the car and he pulls out a pen just like this, and he tells me, he says, "I'm gonna need you to follow this pen with your eyes." All right, he was thinking that I was drunk driving. Okay, so he takes the pen and he moves it just like this. Okay? I'm telling him I'm passing the test perfectly. All right? I did amazing. Officer puts the pen down and he says, I'm going to need you to come back to the station with me. Now, at this point, I tell him, sir, why? What did I do? I haven't done anything wrong. And, well, he puts me in the back of his car and we ride to the station. And apparently he didn't have a breath test on him, so we had to go back to the station. So we get to the station and I'm waiting. And he brings out the test. I blow on it and I pass. And then I tell him, after I pass, he's like, okay, we can take you back to your car. Everything's fine. It was obviously some sort of misunderstanding. So, before we're about to leave, I looked the officer in the eyes and I said, can I have a mugshot so that I can clickbait on my YouTube channel? He stops chewing his gum, looks me in the eyes, and says, absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got my first mugshot. And, well, I'm incredibly proud to show all of you this. But before I show it to you, I'm going to sincerely ask you all, do not screenshot this. Do not make this your profile picture. This is a real, actual mugshot. Can we all agree that you will not screenshot this? Anybody who screenshots this, I will send my boys after you, and you do not want to know what that means. Okay? Can we all agree on this? Yes? Okay. Now, I'm going to show it to you in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, guys, don't, like, seriously, though, don't screenshot it. Because I told the cops I wasn't going to show anyone, okay? I told them I ain't going to show nobody. I said nobody's going to see this. I just want to prank my friends, okay? And he's like, well, I thought you wanted for clickbait. And I was like, no, it's okay. So here we're going to go. Don't screenshot. Don't make this your profile picture. Okay? So we're going to show this to you in 3, 2, 1. Okay? Okay. Now this is the top right corner of the mugshot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would really appreciate it. Just don't. Why are you guys saying LOL? What's so funny? Huh? What's so funny? What's so funny, huh? I dropped the... God damn it. That black eye is when I dropped the soap. And you think that's funny, huh? This is a real and genuine mugshot. And... Chat, I said don't make it your profile pic. Chat, I said don't make it your profile pitch. Why are people already... Hey! Hey! Hey, God damn it! I said don't! God damn it, Leslie Thomas 9002! What the fuck? You think that's funny, boy? You think that's funny, boy?
I made a return. But this is the only video I'm gonna make.
You think that's funny, damn? Chat? Guys? Chat. Chat.